Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being with us here on the stream on this Friday. It's so good to have you with us. I'm Elise Edie, and there's so much to get to this morning, including the forecast. We'll have that in just a moment. Lots of news stories as well. But we want to begin with this one. A big update here. Gwinnett County Police have arrested a suspect in connection with the deadly shooting of a 17-year-old found dead at an extended stay motel in Gwinnett County. So our Ray Urena is joining us live with the very latest on what we know about this. So this certainly is a big update, Ray.
Yeah, Elise, Gwinnett County Police just in the last hour or so have named 31-year-old Shamarcus Cochran as their suspect in this fatal shooting. And as I mentioned, investigators just announcing his arrest in just the last few minutes. Now, I just want to show you a look at his recently released mugshot from Gwinnett County Police. They say Cochran is charged with involuntary manslaughter as well as reckless conduct. Police say they were called to the Live-In Lodge on Stone Mountain Highway at about 11 o'clock last night, and when officers arrived, police said they found a 17-year-old boy dead from what appeared to be from a gunshot wound in his bed in room 216. Police said their investigation quickly led to the room next door, and they said Cochran had just returned from a gun range and was beginning to clean his gun when it fired a round into the wall. Investigators say the 17-year-old was playing video games at that time. In the last hour, I called the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office, and they said that Cochran will more than likely face a judge for his first appearance over the weekend. I have also have a call out to the Gwinnett County School District to see if this 17-year-old who has not been identified just yet is a student in the area, but I have not heard back yet. We're working to learn more. We're hopefully going to hear from police. We have an interview request out to police at the moment. We're working the story, trying to get you all the latest information on this arrest, Elise.
Right, of course, a big story today and talking about an arrest being made in all of this. So, Ray, I know you will continue to follow this for us, and we appreciate you bringing us the latest now. Well, turning our attention right now to the Super Bowl. Of course, that is happening on Sunday. We're just a few days out from that. So it's, of course, a sporting event, but it's also called music's biggest stage as well. So that's because tens of millions of people, you and all your neighbors and friends, are going to be watching the show, going to be watching the halftime show as well. And this is going to be one for the record books. That is because Bad Bunny is the first Latino male artist to headline the show. So Fox's Ashley Dvorkin is joining us live once again. She's outside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, quite possibly one of the most exciting places in the world, or at least will be on Sunday. Ashley, so thanks for being with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Elise. Yes, I'm so excited to be with you again. We're here outside of Levi's Stadium. And as the teams, the Patriots and the Seahawks, take the field with practices leading up to the big day, the musical artists are also getting ready. And we finally heard from Bad Bunny a little bit about the halftime show. He spoke a lot about how grateful he is to be doing it, how he's processing this all, how he's most excited for his family and friends who have believed in him up to this point, and then a little bit about the show. We did not hear if there are surprise guests, but sometimes we want to know, but then we don't, because it's fun to be surprised. We do know we will be dancing. He wants the world to dance, and that it's going to be a really big party. Elise?
Oh, it's been interesting to hear from him on this, because I feel like what a lot of folks are saying is, I don't know what he's saying in any of his songs because I don't speak Spanish. But actually, I thought it was so interesting that he's like, that's okay. All you have to do is be prepared to have a good time and dance, right? You don't have to understand what I'm saying.
Right. So he did make a joke when he hosted Saturday Night Live in his monologue about how you have a few months to learn Spanish. But then he was saying, no, you don't have to. You have to practice your dance moves. That's what's most important. And I think that is true. And I have been. And I can't wait to see him perform in there.
Yeah, it's going to be a big show. It is. So I heard you make mention of, do we want to know if there's going to be guest performers? Do we not? But have you heard any whispers about that? I feel like there's been, some fan theories, and I've seen a few names thrown out, but have you heard of any names being tossed around, Ashley?
Probably the same names you have.
Okay.
Cardi B is a big one that people think, yeah, she may show up, right? Okay. And then the other one that I saw, Jennifer Lopez and Shakira, possibly because he joined them on stage 6 years ago. So, and I actually think that would be really cool. What a fun full circle moment for him to then bring them out on stage, but we'll see. So those are the ones that I heard mostly, and I do think Cardi B might show up.
Interesting. So I'm glad you refreshed my memory on that. I didn't remember that 6 years ago, but you're right. He was a part of that show. So that would be kind of cool to bring them out. So something else interesting before we let you go, Ashley, is that there's also lots of other shows that are leading up to the big game as well, just shows around the area. So what else is going on around there?
Oh, yes. Every single day throughout the Bay Area. We have tonight, there are different concerts. There's Post Malone's show. There's also Sting. We have T-Pain, who's at Shaq's Funhouse, and also Tiesto is there. And we have Chris Stapleton is in town. Olivia Dean is in town. There are so many options to check out those parties. And of course, there's just parties everywhere with Super Bowl themed nights, as we lead up to the big day. Elise?
Very nice. Okay, getting us even more excited for all of the action. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin. Ashley, thank you so much for checking in with us once again here in Atlanta. It's always good to see you.
You too.
All right, 11:06 now, and we're going to stay on this theme for just a second. And we got to tell you about this. Well, so many Americans, are gearing up for this game. Maybe they have a favorite team, a favorite player that they are super excited about. Well, Seattle Seahawks superfans Roger and Sharon Inns have turned their Othello home into a statewide landmark. The house is painted entirely in Seahawks blue and green. I mean, this is fandom. If you've ever seen it. It's covered in team logos. It's got yard inflatables as well. Like, they've literally decked out every single inch. This is amazing. So the Seahawks shrine even includes tributes to the 12th man, the famously loud fan base considered the team's unofficial 12th player. And is planned to keep the tradition alive this Sunday. They're hosting a Super Bowl party at their decked out home. Well, I bet they are. Sharon Inns says Roger handled most of the work himself, including painting the iconic 12, which he did a really good job on that. That looks good after learning how much it would cost to hire someone out. He said, I'll do it myself. Couple Sens fans have traveled from all over the place to see their house, including 4 former Seahawks cheerleaders who've gone to check it out. So this year's Super Bowl matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots kicks off Sunday, February 8th. But I mean, this is ultimate fandom if I've ever seen. So I think we know who they're rooting for this go around. So pretty cool. All right, we're going to turn our attention now to some of the local headlines that we're following for you here now. A family is mourning the loss of 4 of their relatives after a fast-moving fire destroyed a home on Winthrop Drive in DeKalb County just before midnight. This happened on Wednesday. So DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office identified the victims: 43-year-old Joseph Thomas, 70-year-old Willie Smith, 73-year-old Marianne Chambers, and 70-year-old John Chambers. Again, all members of the same family. Horrific. Firefighters got called out to that home near Glenwood Avenue and Interstate 20 following reports of people trapped inside of the home. Crews got there. They found the whole house was engulfed in flames. So firefighters pulled Joseph Thomas. He was known to his loved ones as Pac-Man. They pulled him out from the home. They were able to get him to Grady Memorial Hospital, but he was pronounced dead there. 3 additional victims were later found inside the home. So a family member who spoke off camera confirmed that 2 of those victims were his parents. Interim Fire Chief Melvin Carter said crews did everything possible when they got there. Family and friends were gathered at the scene as recovery efforts continued. So what we still don't know about this is the cause. The cause of this fire remains under investigation. But 5 children did escape the fire. Surviving family members lost everything, though, as you can imagine, just from looking at the home. So there's a GoFundMe that's been set up to help cover expenses as the family works to care for the children. So just a terrible, terribly sad story here. And again, we're learning the names of those family members that died in that. So this is one you might have seen as well. Atlanta rapper Lil Jon's son remains missing, and police are intensifying their search for him in North Fulton County. Milton police are searching for 27-year-old Nathan Smith. He's known professionally as DJ Young Slade. He's reported missing Tuesday morning, and they say he was last seen around 6 a.m. near Baldwin Drive and Mayfield Road after reportedly running out of his home without his cell phone, too. So on Thursday, the search focused on the Mayfield area. Police brought in some canine dogs to try to help in that search. You're seeing them in the video there, including a specialized bloodhound from the Haralson County Sheriff's Office, just to try to see what that canine officer could do. Authorities say the dog has assisted in 25 searches over the past year. Police are saying Smith may be disoriented, and they're really concerned about his safety and well-being. They say he's about 5'9", approximately 150 pounds. Milton police are saying public assistance is critical. They're saying if you know anything about the situation, about what happened, about where he may be, you're asked to give them a call. I'll give you the number, but it's also on their website. It's 678-297-6300. Neighbors near the Mayfield Park area are saying that they're just trying to rally around the family. I mean, this is tough for the family, but it's also tough for that community as well. Police also reported on Facebook warning residents of increased law enforcement activity, just saying you might see more of us around here, so this is what's behind that, and this is what we're doing. I want to mention this too. He was a guest, sat down with me last year on Good Day Atlanta at 9, so had a chance to talk to him and get to know him a little bit, so it kind of makes all of this even more shocking for me on a personal nature. Such a nice guy, and just really hope that police are able to bring him home safely. So again, we're talking about Nathan Smith is his name, known professionally as DJ Young Slade, still missing, last seen around the Milton area. Well, turning our attention now to a serial rape suspect has been arrested in Metro Atlanta. So here's what we know about it. Police have arrested a man. Again, they say he has a lengthy criminal history, now accused of forcing his way inside of a Buckhead woman's apartment and sexually assaulting her. So investigators believe he may also be connected to a similar case in College Park. We're talking about 31-year-old Kwame Shabazz. He was arrested yesterday evening by Gwinnett County Police. He's since been extradited to the Atlanta Police Department and is awaiting transfer to the Fulton County Jail. So he's facing multiple charges, including rape, sexual battery, aggravated sexual battery, false imprisonment, among many, many other charges here. In addition to that rape charge out of College Park, so again, an extensive criminal record. They say that he encountered this woman while she was taking her trash out, then forced his way into her apartment and sexually assaulted her. So the following day, another woman reported that Shabazz had exposed himself on Piedmont Avenue Northeast, just around the corner from that apartment complex. This surveillance video you're seeing there is showing him just kind of walking around the area. Police believe he is homeless. Georgia Department of Correction shows that Shabazz was convicted of attempted murder in 2015. While serving that sentence, he escaped from the Atlanta Transitional Center in April 2020. So many dings on his record here, time spent behind bars for violent crimes. Jail records show he's been arrested multiple times since then, including for escape, probation violations, rioting, battery. His most recent Fulton County arrest was April 2025. That case remains open, according to court records. So again, an arrest, though, has been made. The serial rapist off the streets here will soon be in the Fulton County Jail. Well, our time now is 11:13 on this Friday morning, and we want to turn to the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. The family has released a new video. You might have seen that floating around on social media. This is a second video again, and it's just begging the captor to contact them and just prove that their mother is alive. And it's been 6 days. There's still no suspect. There's still no person of interest, and there's still no sign of 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. So Fox's Kaylee Schuyler is joining us live from Tucson, Arizona, once again, just to talk about this. And Kaylee, thank you for being with us. Let's start with the video. So what did we see in the second video that was released?
Good morning. So this time it was Nancy's son, Cameron, who was speaking directly to whoever took his mom. The video was posted at 5 p.m. local time yesterday. And according to the FBI, that's the same time mentioned as a deadline in a ransom note. And the family says that they just want to talk.
Family. Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
The FBI says they are taking the ransom note sent to TMZ and local TV stations in Tucson seriously. They say it came with 2 deadlines, one that passed yesterday, the next is on Monday. The FBI says the note does not give them or the family a way to communicate with whoever sent it, and it includes details about Nancy's Apple Watch and a floodlight. But there has been an arrest for an imposter ransom note that someone sent directly to the family. And we have a new detailed timeline from the night that Nancy went missing. It begins at 5:32 on Saturday when Nancy took an Uber to her family's home for dinner. She's back home and the garage door is shut before 9:50 p.m. In the early morning hours on Sunday at 1:47, Nancy's doorbell camera disconnects. At 2:12, movement is detected on the camera, but there's no video of that. Then at 2:28, Nancy's pacemaker disconnects from her Apple Watch. And then just after noon on Sunday, the family's calling 911.
I believe Nancy is still out there. We want her home. Our department, the Sheriff's Department, along with all of our partners at the FBI, have been working around the clock.
The FBI is now offering a $50,000 reward for any information that leads to Nancy's return or an arrest and conviction of whoever could be involved. Now, the Pima County Sheriff says that there will probably not be another news conference until there's a big update. Back to you.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Kayla, you've been covering this story for several days now there in Tucson. Give me an idea of what that's been like. This is a case that all of us around the country are following so closely, but with you being there in the center of it, what has that been like?
It's been interesting because there's a lot happening and not a lot happening at the same time, if that even makes any sense. I mean, we're seeing FBI, we're seeing the Sheriff's Department out and about, combing through the neighborhoods. And even yesterday, we saw them, going door to door, trying to find any doorbell footage that potentially might exist. But on the flip side of that, we're seeing a lot of this, but we're not getting a lot of updates at the same time. And I can tell you, I was posted up in front of Nancy's home late yesterday, and even in the neighborhood, it's kind of interesting because, again, we've talked about how the homes are really spread out. They're set on big lots. And when you turn into the neighborhood, it takes 11 minutes to get to Nancy's home. And so there is just a lot of congestion on some of these small roads. And you can tell the neighbors are really just kind of over it. They're really ready for this to be over, but with a happy ending.
Of course. Yeah. What we're all hoping for in this case, no doubt. So Kaylee Schuyler live for us there in Tucson. Kaylee, thank you so much for your coverage on all this. We appreciate that. All right, so we're going to stay on this topic for just a moment now. There's a lot of theories out there. You've probably seen lots of those as well, throwing names out who folks think could be involved in all this. But what is the evidence currently suggesting is the big question here. So here with some answers into, just a little bit more about this, we have Greg Sanfilippo. He's a former Marine Corps veteran who served overseas, also a former member of the New York City Police Force, specializes in intelligence and counterterrorism. He's got quite a resume. He's currently serving as vice president at Doyle Security Services in New York City. So, Greg, thank you so much for being on the stream with us today. We appreciate it. Good morning.
Good morning. My pleasure.
Hey, let's dive into this. I mean, from what you've seen, what is the evidence currently suggesting in the Nancy Guthrie case?
Its last press release, and what really intrigued me and I took notes on, was that Ring doorbell disconnecting right at it was 1:47 a.m. Right, so it leads you to believe, how did that disconnect? Was the perpetrator here? Did they have some sort of jamming device, or did they have access to the wireless codes for the house? So that's what you try to prevent on these, when you're setting these systems up, making sure that they can't be hacked into at this point. So that stops at 147, and then the sheriff mentioned at 212 that something gets picked up on the camera, but there was no subscription to have that recording and see that. So law enforcement's going to be going back trying to access that with those providers and seeing if they can actually pull that. But having that memory for this is key here. But I'd really like to know how that Ring doorbell was disconnected.
Well, that's what I'm asking. I mean, is that something just like anyone Joe can do that, or is that something you'd need to have knowledge or somehow be connected to that, or you're just unplugging it? I mean, how easy is it for someone to disconnect the type of camera that Nancy had in her home?
It would take some knowledge of how to jam that wireless system, unless you had access to the Wi-Fi codes, right? So again, gets back to where we don't have anyone publicly named as any sort of suspect in this, and we're still in two different avenues. Whether it's someone that's totally unknown that targets Savannah Guthrie via her mom, or is it still someone that has a grievance that's closer to the family that may have access to something like that?
So how is it that investigators are able to, separate credible leads from speculation? This is, news of, I don't know, maybe yesterday there was an arrest made for, a fake letter that was sent. So there's things that are happening in all different kinds of directions. So give us some insight into how they're able to separate credible leads from speculation.
With a lot of hours and hard work. This is, why, we're watching the family's press conference. It's gut-wrenching, and we're thinking, look, what's going on behind the scenes? Why isn't anyone moving? There's a lot of resources, not only from the professionals of Pima County and in Tucson, Arizona, a great law enforcement agency, challenged because there's so much space and resources. So now you have all the resources coming in from other agencies, as the sheriff mentioned, and it takes time to go through these.
So, I mean, we're all watching this, Greg, like we mentioned. I mean, this is something that I feel like it's hard to look away from the coverage of this, because it's just so heartbreaking what the Guthrie family is going through. What should we be keeping in mind, though, as new information emerges in the case?
Should be keeping an open mind, not fixating on speculation or misinformation that's being put out there. Listen to the press releases. Support the law enforcement as much as possible. And as you heard in last night, a neighbor had come forward with a recollection that there had been a suspicious vehicle. Any sort of tips, as was mentioned, please use those tips lines. No matter what it could be, something innocuous caught on a camera, background of a picture or a selfie right in that area. So everyone should just keep Miss Guthrie in her prayers and prayers for the effort in law enforcement, and just help wherever they can.
So one more question before we let you go. Can we count on the fact that there's quite a bit more information that law enforcement has that maybe hasn't been released? I feel like that would be, they don't necessarily just come out and say everything that they know and everything that's going on. So do you think behind the scenes that they could be working on something, or just have more information on this?
They're absolutely working on a lot more information that they're not willing to put out publicly at this time, right? These cases you don't want to, whether it be negotiate in public, you want to have a connection directly to that kidnapper, which we are seeing that is not happening at this time. And then there's also information that they want to keep close to the vest. This way it doesn't interfere with investigations or prosecutions, right? But here we have the time is of the essence. Ms. Guthrie is 84 years old, not great health. So we have to, as in law enforcement, has to balance that.
Yeah, you're right. Time is of the essence in this case. Greg Sanfilippo with Doyle Security Services. Greg, thank you so much for being with us and just sharing your expertise on a case that, we're all just hoping and praying for a good outcome for the Guthrie family and for Miss Nancy, of course. So we appreciate you checking in with us.
My pleasure.
Thank you. All right, our time is 11:24 now. We're going to turn our attention to the weather in just a moment. Our meteorologist Lauren Robinson will join us, so stick around. Welcome back. It's 11:26 now, and meteorologist Lauren Robinson is joining us with the forecast. You know what? I think we are all just jazzed that there's not going to be winter weather this weekend.
Yeah, I'm happy for that too. I missed all the bad stuff, and I don't want it coming now. So.
But you're the bearer of good news.
That's the way I prefer it to be. So as we go through the next few days, we'll certainly be more tolerable. We'll put it that way. Temperatures really won't be all too bad, but we'll be pretty windy. That's really the only thing we're looking for over the next few days. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we'll be dealing with, though, as we wait for those winds. It looks like one of our cameras might not be working, but here's the information we need, minus the pretty scene outside.
We can imagine.
Yeah,
just use your imagination.
Picture what that looks like outside. Here's the important information, though. 47 degrees. We have winds coming in from the west at around 11 miles per hour. Now, those are sustained winds. We're looking for those gusts, 20 to 30 miles per hour, really through the rest of the day today and into tomorrow. See that big sun there? That means it's sunny outside, despite the fact that you cannot see outside. Just go ahead and look out whatever window is nearest you, then you can kind of piece it into that little black box. Now, as we take a look at our live Viper radar, we've had a couple of days of snow showers across the Midwest and into the Great Lakes. You can see them starting to push their way closer towards the Carolinas, but as we move here closer to home, we're nice and dry all across Georgia, and we're going to stay that way over the next few days. Now, as we take a look at what we'll be dealing with as far as the temperatures are concerned, most of us have warmed into the 40s, but those winds are starting to pick on up, especially further east, where we're seeing 18-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Athens, 17-mile-per-hour gusts in Eatonton, 15 in Covington, 16 in Griffin. So that's going to become more widespread, and it's going to ramp up. We can see that on our wind kind of future cast here. By early afternoon hours, we're looking at those winds gusting around 20 miles per hour hour all across the board. They get even windier as we move into the late afternoon, early evening hours. Some areas to the northeast could see those gusts maybe close to or even upwards of 30 miles per hour. Those big winds stick around through the rest of the evening, overnight tonight, and into early tomorrow. So mind you, during the dark hours when it's going to start to get chillier and those temperatures fall into the 30s, paired with these winds, it's going to feel like the 20s. So it's going to be pretty chilly as we go into the evening and early tomorrow. If you have those Saturday morning plans, make sure you're bundled up. Even Saturday afternoon, our temperatures are likely to max out in the 40s. So we'll be drier, we'll be sunnier, but the temperatures will take a little bit of a drop tomorrow, and paired with those winds, it's going to feel pretty chilly. Now we take a look at what's going to be happening in the sky. We're going to be nice and dry through the rest of the day. As we move into the evening, that's where we start to see that cold front move its way in from the north, and behind it, we're going to see temperatures drop a bit. That's where those temperatures will drop on Saturday. But the good news is that it'll only last one day. As we move into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're going to stay sunny and warming. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at these temperatures that we're going to expect today. So it's going to be warmer than what we saw yesterday, above average, in fact, upper 50s to low 60s, not too shabby, especially under sunny skies, dry conditions. Again, the only thing we're really watching for today will be those gusty winds. And if your outdoor plans can sustain a breeze or two, go ahead and take them. Now, as we move into the evening, with these temperatures in the 20s and 30s, those winds will still be here. So remember, it's going to feel a lot colder than what the thermometer may be reading as we move into the overnight hours. But let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. This one's a lot of fun, especially once you get toward the middle of next week as we stair-step our way toward warmer weathers. We have a little bit of a hiccup tomorrow with those temperatures in the 40s, but yesterday we saw a high of 45 degrees. We were sunny, we were dry, we were windy. So tomorrow is going to look a lot like what we had yesterday, and yesterday wasn't all too bad. It wasn't terrible. So it'll be a little bit of a hiccup tomorrow. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we get warmer each day. We're going to stay mostly dry, mostly sunny, a little bit of cloud cover moving in toward the middle of the week. And right now I'm looking at some rain chances Wednesday morning, but even that's looking to be just during the morning hours as of right now, not looking to be anything too intense, and certainly not falling as anything other than rain. So that's the good news there, and we still have a few more days for that to kind of iron itself out. In the meantime, I say we soak up the sunshine and the warmth while we can, because you know, I hear it's been a rather interesting couple of weekends. So I'm really glad that we can kind of fix these things for everyone here.
Right? All eyes forward. Like, I feel like we just all want to forget all of that. Like, let's just move forward. So not a bad looking extended forecast. And as far as today goes, I feel like it'd be a good day to maybe bust out that kite if you still have one of those in the garage.
Yeah,
it's a good kite day. I don't know.
It would be a fantastic go fly a kite day.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Lauren, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everyone. All right, so as Atlanta prepares to welcome the FIFA World Cup this summer, just a few months out from that, small businesses are getting ready for a surge in customers and just the pressure that comes with it. So that can look like really long lines, higher transaction volumes, and just an increased risk for fraud, the serious stuff we want to talk about. So Denise Press with Visa Commercial Solutions is joining us live to talk a bit about it. So Denise, good morning, and thank you for being on with us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so this is so interesting, right? Like, I feel like we cover so much about the World Cup, but this is big, and this is potentially big business for a lot of small businesses that have to make sure that they are prepared for what's to come this summer. So, I mean, what is it? I mean, what are local businesses bracing for ahead of all of this?
Well, big moments like the World Cup create a ton of energy and a ton of excitement, but also a ton of pressure for small businesses. And they are bracing for the surge in foot traffic, in customers, and high demand. And it creates an intense environment. Quite frankly, running a business every day, a small business, can have its challenges in and of itself. But with the World Cup approaching, it is truly an opportunity for small businesses to lean in. And that's why Visa created a program, a new program called Visa in Maine, where we focus on 3 key areas to help small businesses every day, but also to prepare for big moments like this. And those 3 areas are: 1, access to capital. The second is the ability to reach new customers. And the third is to help get access to modern business tools.
Okay, so 3 ways that Visa is able to help. So let's talk about this first one. Why is it that these busy periods can create cash flow problems, especially for small businesses, Denise?
Yeah, busy periods actually cost money before they make money. And so small businesses in advance are thinking about, do they need to stock up on inventory? Do they need to bring in extra staff? Do they need to upgrade their systems? Do they need new systems? Do they need to create marketing materials? All of this and all of that expense happens before the big event. And that's where Visa in Maine comes in. It's one of our key pillars where we connect small businesses to partners who offer flexible financing through working capital loans. In fact, Visa's new $100 million capital facility with Lendistry will connect to small businesses to help them prepare in advance.
So let's dive into this. Some tools, what kinds of tools do small businesses need to have in place before a big event like the World Cup? We're talking about that in particular before that comes to town. So the tools they need to have in place, Denise.
Yeah, before the big event, and that big event brings that fast, high volume demand. So the systems that they'll want to have in place are systems that help them keep up, systems that help deliver the best customer experience and help the business run smoothly day in and day out. And those include things like reliable digital payments, strong security and fraud protection tools, real-time tracking of inventory and expenses, and any tools and solutions that create smooth, fast checkouts. It matters because they want to keep the business running smoothly. It frees up the owners and the staff to focus on its customers and creating the best possible customer experience.
So Denise, if someone's just joining us right now and they have a small business, what would you say the biggest takeaway from all of this is for them?
I would say that the biggest takeaway is that the opportunity doesn't just show up. You have to be ready for it. And the time to get ready and the time to prepare is now.
All right, and there you go. Some really important information as we gear up for the World Cup, especially for small business owners. Denise Press with Visa Commercial Solutions. Denise, thank you so much for sharing your expertise for us here on the stream. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you. Please have businesses visit us at visa.com/Visa in Maine.
All right. Our time now is 11:38. And speaking of the World Cup, this is some video that I saw. I think this is so great. You might have seen this as well. Metro Atlanta mounted police units are gearing up for this right now. They're preparing by hitting the streets and the trails as they get ready for that massive influx of international soccer fans this summer. FIFA World Cup is just a few months away, and the Atlanta Police Department and Cobb County Sheriff's Office have launched a joint training session to get their four-legged officers ready for this. The horse horses will patrol Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They'll be out there for fan events, team practice facilities throughout the region, and training really focuses on desensitization, exposing the horses to loud noises, to marching bands, to fireworks, and just other high-energy stimuli to prevent them from getting spooked. So this is the kind of training that they're undergoing right now. So super important. Mounted police, if you're wondering, why they're deciding to do this for the World Cup, officers are saying it's because it gives them a strategic advantage. The height of the horses is an advantage. It allows them to monitor areas invisible from the ground. And the horses aren't just for crowd control either. They say they also act as approachable ambassadors and just kind of help to build a friendly bridge between police and visitors. And I can certainly see that being the case as well. Mercedes-Benz Stadium will host 8 of these World Cup matches. So this is a really, really big deal, including group stage game, a round of 16 matches, and one of the semifinals as well. So the tournament kicks off in Atlanta on June 15th. You can count on continuing to hear a lot about it. Of course, the World Cup airs right here on Fox 5. Well, turning our attention now to this, the Mexican state is set to be one of the host sites of the 2026 World Cup, and it's issued a health alert following a measles outbreak there. So the Mexican state of Jalisco issued a health alert on Thursday, mandating the use of face masks in schools right now as the measles outbreak has hit the state's capital. So a really bad situation happening there as we speak. Alert follows an epidemiological alert that was issued on Wednesday by the Pan American Health Organization. That follows a surge in measles cases across the Americas, with Mexico actually reporting the highest numbers right now. I mean, we've reported on a surge in numbers in South Carolina here locally, but an even bigger problem there in this state in Mexico. So Jalisco, the state we're talking about, a key host location again for the World Cup. It's the epicenter of the outbreak, with over 1,000 cases confirmed just this year. Health organization says 78% of recent measles cases involve people who are not vaccinated, and the recent outbreak is a result of declining vaccination rates. So the rising cases are posing just a heightened risk there, as country officials are just gearing up and getting all the pieces in place to host the World Cup. So again, this is turning into quite the emergency for this particular state in Mexico, talking about Jalisco and measles happening right there. Well, it's 11:41, and ahead this morning, we're talking about a groundbreaking program that's helping Georgians go from homelessness to the skilled trade. So we'll introduce you to that next. Welcome back, guys. 11:44 now. I want to get to some breaking news. We're just getting this into the newsroom here. It's the search right now for Atlanta rapper Lil Jon's son. He's still missing, but we've gotten word that there's a search that's happening right now near a body of water. So a search near a body of water, and this is just kind of a live look at what's happening right there on the scene. You can see it looks like there's some divers in the water there who are going to work right now looking for him. So we're talking about 27-year-old Nathan Wade. He's known professionally as DJ Young Slade. Again, this is Lil Jon's son. He was reported missing Tuesday morning, last seen at about 6 a.m. Near their area, their home there, Baldwin Drive and Mayfield Road. This is in Milton. Hasn't been seen since then. So ran out of his home, didn't take his phone with him. Family and friends say that he was disoriented at the time. So again, if you're just joining us, this is happening right now. Some breaking news. They are searching. It looks like a small pond there. I'm guessing that this is an area of Milton in North Fulton County, the area where he disappeared from, continuing to search for him. Milton police are saying that public assistance with all of this is critical. They're asking you to reach out to them if you have any idea on what could have been going on with him at the time, where he could potentially be. And as the camera pans around, I mean, you can see this appears to be a pretty extensive search. A lot of folks out there participating in this and looking at what appears to be a pond, just kind of doing some work around there to see if they're able to locate them. So we'll keep our eyes on this and just kind of keep you posted on what's happening here. But again, Nathan Smith, 27 years old, and the search for him right now continues. All right, well, turning our attention right now to a first of its kind. This is a first ever construction ready. They're graduating their first class. And if you've never heard of them before, then our Chris Rosenthal is joining us live with, what this is all about, who benefits from this, and more on the program. So, Chris, it's good to see you. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, that graduation just wrapped up. They graduated 18 men from the Georgia Works program. These are homeless men in the program, and got them on their start for some jobs in the skilled trades industries. We all hear so much about how important those skilled trades industries are. So this really is a win-win for the industries. It's a win-win for those industries and for the men that are needing those jobs. And I'm joined by Vita White here. She is with Construction Ready. Thanks for joining us today. And tell me a little bit about this program here.
This program started back in 2014 on the west side of Atlanta, where Arthur Blank wanted to build that magnificent stadium. He wanted to be a good neighbor on the west side, so we started this program. And now, from that first class to this 161st class, we've been busy. Our trainees, they're here for 20 days. Monday through Friday. They earn 8 credentials that are nationally recognized. They go out and work entry-level jobs, and some even go as high as to owning their own business. We're very proud of all of our graduates.
And you guys, this is the 161st class, but this is the first one with Georgia Works, and 18 men today. They got placed with jobs, 100% rate.
100%, yes. They got placed with various companies throughout the Atlanta area to work on all these projects. So you all will see our students out there, just wave at them and say, go Construction Ready, and we're here to stay, and we will have more classes with Georgia Works.
It's a win-win. It fills a construction gap and a skilled labor gap and gives these men work.
Yep, and it's very rewarding, not just for the students, but for us as the staff to make sure that they have everything that they need.
Got one of those students here. Lafayette, why don't you come on over? This is Lafayette Cooper. Tell me, where did you get placed today?
ITC.
ITC, that's Independent Electrical Contractors, actually. Independent Electrical Contractors. And tell me, what does this mean to you?
It means great to me. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. I feel very, very enthusiastic. And I just grateful that, I got this opportunity to be a part of this program.
Awesome. Well, we wish you a bright future ahead. This is just the start. They plan to do another 100 or so or more students down the road. So
it's pretty amazing. Wow, 100% placement rate. You can't argue with that. All right, Chris, thank you so much for that. And now onto this. Right now, Kids Smiles are coming first. It is American Dental Association's Give Kids a Smile program. So our Eli Jordan is live for us with the very latest on this. He's at Fortis College in Smyrna. So what's going on out there, Eli?
Hey, yeah, I'm out here at the Fortis College in Smyrna, where they, in partnership with the Georgia Dental Association, are giving Kids a Smile Day. They have, you know, their own students becoming hygienists, giving other kids checkups, x-rays and cleanings and all that good stuff, as you can see. And so this is a really good, you know, real world experience for the hygiene students here at the Fortis College. And joining me now is Melissa Baker. She is the program director of the hygiene school here at the Fortis College. Melissa, thank you so much for joining us. And so tell me, what are all you guys doing here today?
Well, today at Fortis College in Smyrna, Georgia, we are providing free oral health resources for children in the community as a part of Give Kids a Smile Day, which is a national initiative organized by the American Dental Association, where we are providing free sealants, free x-rays, free cleanings, free oral hygiene exams, and most importantly, free oral hygiene instructions for the children.
And so this is a really good, you know, a real-world experience for your students, isn't it?
It is. It is a wonderful opportunity for the students to be involved in community health and in public health in order to advocate for preventative care and to promote oral health for children in our community.
And so tell me, you know, what is the demand like for, you know, dental hygienists? Is there a big demand out there? And then will your students, you know, be able to get a job right out of this?
Absolutely. So at Fortis College, we set students up for success. They have the ability to engage in opportunities like this, enrichment experiences like this, and they will be ready for entry-level dental hygiene profession once they graduate their associate's degree program.
Awesome. Well, Melissa Baker, director of the hygiene clinic here at the Fortis College, thank you so much. And that's what's going on here, Elise. And I'll just kick it back to you. If you want more information, just go to their website and you can check it out for when they're doing this next.
Doing some good work. Eli, thank you so much for introducing that to us. We appreciate it. All right, our time is 11:51 now. We got to talk about Valentine's Day. I mean, for some, it's a lovely day. For some, it's a lonely day. Either way, though, alcohol is oftentimes involved. Sometimes the alcohol can go a little bit too far, but asking for help is okay, and it's a really important thing to do, right, if you need that. So here to talk about this more is Dr. Frank Spinelli. He's the medical advisor for sobriety app Reframe. So, Dr. Frank, it's good to have you with us. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Hey, okay, so let's dive into this. I mean, why is it that Valentine's Day in particular can be a high-risk time for people in recovery?
Well, it's the perfect storm. You have a holiday where you're going to be together with a loved one, hopefully. Certainly, we are bombarded with a lot of marketing about how alcohol plays a pivotal role in celebrating. You can imagine all those wine-soaked dinners and candlelight and clinking champagne glasses. And so there is a lot of pressure when we have holidays like Valentine's Day to celebrate using alcohol. And that could be a trigger for many people who are just trying to avoid drinking.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, anytime that it's the focus of thing, that can make it super, super tough if you're trying to avoid that. So, I mean, if someone is in recovery, do you have any advice on ways that they can navigate dates, parties, whatever it might be that would have alcohol there without feeling isolated?
Yeah, absolutely. So at Reframe, we teach people to really come up with a plan to redefine romance without alcohol. So try to plan an activity that isn't necessarily focused on having alcohol. Maybe go on a date with your loved one that's an activity, or just do something else that could really join you together and have a good time, but it's not focused or centered on alcohol. And then additionally, if you are going to go out to dinner, look at the menu beforehand. hand, I don't know about you, but when I go out to dinner now, you could see a whole array of non-alcoholic beverages and mocktails. So make it fun. We really teach at Reframe to have joy of missing out, not FOMO or fear of missing out. And I think one of the most important things is that even if you're not with someone that you love or you're going to be with somebody you love, set up a tradition for yourself that's new. Make it something special for yourself and do something that really joins you, and think about what you're going to feel like the next day. And remember, you're going to think, well, I really remember those conversations. I was really present for my loved one. And guess what? I had a good night's sleep and I woke up the next day and I didn't have a hangover.
I like that. Just kind of changing your thinking on it and can change a lot. All right, so let's talk about practical tools and maybe some routines, Dr. Frank, that Reframe offers just to help us stay grounded and focused in situations like this.
Well, certainly Reframe is an app that you can access using your phone or your tablet. It offers really a neuroscience-based approach to really changing your relationship with alcohol, whether you want to mindfully moderate, be completely sober, or sober curious. And we do this through a number of different opportunities. So one is you get to be part of the app and you do daily tasks. And those tasks are based on science and really to educate you on what alcohol is doing to your body. You can also record how many drinks you've had or whether or not you've had a drink. Also, you can be part of the Reframe community, and that's a forum where you can just participate in dialogues with hundreds of thousands of other people like you. And then, of course, we offer community meetings, which are live, and you can either participate yourself or you can actively listen to other people like you and get an exchange of where they are in their life and what are some of their tips and some of their opportunities, but also to support other people. We really feel strongly at Reframe that we want to meet people where they are and really educate them to make informed decisions about their role and what role alcohol plays in their lives.
And I'm so glad you mentioned supporting someone who is in recovery. Any advice for those that find themselves in that situation of being a support system for someone in that situation?
Yeah, I think it's a real gift when somebody tells you that they're struggling with alcohol or they've made a commitment to change their relationship with alcohol. And I think the best thing you can do as a loved one is to really support them and really recognize that this is a brave step, really brave that they've talked about it openly, and what a real gift it is that they have shared this news with them. And I think the only thing you can ever do with someone that is having a struggle with any addiction is to really just support and love them unconditionally.
All right, before we let you get out of here, is there any other advice, any nuggets that you can leave us with, you know, for someone that's watching this right now, they're struggling and want to make a change? So Valentine's Day is just around the corner. So what would you say, Dr. Frank?
I would say start now. It's never too late. You don't have to wait for Valentine's Day or any other holiday to consider your relationship with alcohol. And certainly we invite you to look into Reframe, but certainly you are not alone and your feelings are valid, and we are here to support you in whatever decision you make in your relationship with alcohol.
Hopefully a message that resonates with those who need it the most. So Dr. Frank Spinelli with Reframe, thank you so much for being on with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course. And thank you so much for joining us on this Friday. We've got the noon show that's right around the corner, so stay close. Have a good Friday.
Fox 5 News at noon starts right now.
Police arrest a rape suspect just hours after they make a public plea to help find him. Plus, we're learning more information about an early morning train derailment over in Fulton County. Lauren?
All right, well, we're sunny and warmer as we move into our Friday, but those afternoon winds are gusting. I'll have details on all of that coming up in my 7-day forecast.
But we do begin this hour in Gwinnett County, where police have arrested a man